new brand, and she didn't have it with her. So she bought it like that day. We do it like that day. And so yeah, we did it. We talked about how we can use stuff. And how we can be grateful.
Are we ready? So today we're going to read a story while we're reading. We're going to be voices off, listening, ears on. We're going to be thinking about our book, okay? So I want to ask you guys before I tell you what the title of our book is. What do you notice about the cover?
Squirrel.
There's a squirrel. What else? Leaves.
Acorn.
Acorn. Oh, right there. Right, I didn't see it. Okay, so this book is called Leaf Trouble by Jonathan Emmett. That means he wrote all the words. And it's illustrated, so the person who drew all the pictures is Caroline Jane Church. So, this book takes place during autumn. Raise your hand if you know what autumn is. It's kind of like fall. It's another name for fall when it gets colder outside and leaves change color and fall down. Yeah, you can put your hands down. So this takes place during autumn or during the fall time where the leaves are changing colors, right? Not right now, okay? Okay, so I want you guys to look at the pictures and just think about the book while we read it, okay? A fresh breeze blew across the woodland, tickling the tall grass and trembling the trees. Summer had left and autumn had arrived. Pip Squirrel stuck his head out of the nest and sniffed the air. Something's changed, he decided, and he scampered off to find what it was. So scamper means to run fast and light, just like a squirrel. You can't really hear him run because they're so light. So Pip's curious about what has changed. Why does it look different out today? Why are the leaves falling? He wanted to know more. Pip's nest was in an old oak tree. Pip loved the old oak tree, and he knew every bit of it, from twig to trunk. But something was happening to the tree. It was happening so slowly that Pip hadn't noticed until now. He skittered to a stop and stared at the leaves beside him. Have you guys ever heard the word skittered before? So skittered means quickly with a little bit of a shake. So he's running, but he's also kind of shaking up. So yes. He was so surprised that he let go of the trunk. Wah! Squealed Pip as he tumbled down through the branches and landed, oof, on the woodland floor.
Oh my, that could break his head.
Doesn't break his head. It probably hurt really bad. Pip lay there for a moment, staring up at the leaves. They've changed color, he gasped. And he was right. The last time Pip had looked closely at the leaves, they had all been green. But now there were lots of colors, yellow and orange and even red. We see that outside right now, don't we? As Pip watched, one of the leaves dropped off and drifted down toward the ground. He jumped up and ran after it and caught it in his paws, but even as he reached it, another leaf began to fall. Pip ran after the second leaf and just managed, or was just able to, catch it before it touched the woodland floor. Not again, gasped Pip as a third leaf began to fall. They're supposed to, but he doesn't know that. He doesn't think they should. Pip was still racing around, trying to catch the falling leaves, when his sister, Blossom, scurried up. Good, Pip panted. You're just in time. Just in time for what? Asked Blossom. To help me save the tree, puffed Pip. It's falling to pieces. But that's been happening for days, said Blossom, pointing to the covered ground. Then we've got to stop it now, insisted Pip. This means he told her very firmly. He said, we need to stop it. He was not changing his mind.
It was shaking. The tail was shaking.
The tail shaking, yeah. Pip and Blossom collected the fallen leaves into a big pile. Now what? Asked Blossom. We put them back, said Pip. So Blossom carried the leaves up into the tree, where Pip tried to stick them back onto the grandkids. But it didn't work very well. Pip is a little quirky. Have you guys heard quirky before?
No.
It means he's a little silly or funny, because he thinks he can stick the leaves back to the tree. Is that going to work? He's so silly. Then, all of a sudden, there was a huge huge gust of wind and hundreds of leaves began to fall. Pip and Blossom were scrambling around frantically, trying to gather them when Mom Squirrel arrived. So frantically means that they were doing it really quickly because they were worried. They were kind of stressed out, so they wanted to do it really fast. "What are you two up to?" asked Mom. When Mom found out what Pip and Blossom had been doing, she couldn't help smiling. "But Pip," she said, "the tree has to lose its leaves." And she explained that taking care of the leaves was hard work for the tree, and that after keeping them all summer, it needed to rest for a while. We like to rest too, don't we? This one? I'm not sure. It's just a little bit different than the others. "But I love this tree," said Pip sadly. "It's our home and I want it back the way it was." "It will be," said Mom. "When spring comes, the leaves will all come back again. They've only gone away for a little while." "Like when the sun sets and then it comes back again?" said Pip. "Like when the sun sets," agrees Mom, "except the leaves will just take a little bit longer to come back." Pip, Blossom, and Mom played beneath the old oak tree until sunset. Before they left, they collected some leaves to take back to their nest.
Why did I do that?
Probably because it will help Pip feel more comfortable. Because right now he's a little sad that the leaves are falling off. So he's going to take some with him to remind him that it'll be okay. They'll come back, right? "They're such beautiful colors," said Pip, smiling, "and now I understand why." He held up a paw full of leaves to show Blossom and Mom. "They're the colors of the sunset," said Pip.
Not really.
Yeah, they've got the yellow and the orange and yellow and orange in the sunset.
But also some green.
Some green, yeah. So, in our book today, Pip was really scared and sad and nervous about the change that was happening around him. But in the end, Mom and Blossom helped him understand that it's okay. Change is okay and it's going to happen. And his leaves are going to come back, right?
Yeah. He really wanted them so bad, but
He
they
did.
could never stick back on.
Right. So,
Well,
when...
I gotta think that he could stick on to the tree forever
What?
for tape and super glue.
Oh, but don't you think that tape might come off? Might. The
Especially if it
wind,
rains a
or the
lot.
rain.
Or snows.
So when did this book take place? Do you remember what I told you at the very beginning? Fall. What was that other word for fall? Autumn. Yeah. So now you guys learned a new word for fall, and you can go home and tell your family. Leaf trouble. That's what we read today. Leaf trouble. All right. That's all I have for you guys.
Oakland, I was just thinking about what you said. So you have to, the tree has to lose its leaves to be able to grow new leaves next year. If we super glued them and taped them on, they'd never get to grow new ones next year. Yeah, they have to lose them, and they would turn brown even if we super glued them or glued them. So like Adeline brought me this leaf last week because it was really beautiful, and it was really soft when you brought it to me last week, but now it's like really crumbly. So even if we taped it or super glued it back onto the tree, can it still stay okay? No.
They have to grow fresh and new ones. Like if you have a banana peel and you let it sit out, it's gonna turn brown, right? Kind of yucky then. But if you go get a new one, new grown one, then it's back to being yellow and beautiful and ready to eat. It's kind of like the trees. They have to grow new ones so they can stay beautiful.
Sometimes bananas have bruises.
Sometimes they do, yeah.
And we know why they change colors, because that chlorophyll isn't there anymore because of photosynthesis.
I
Lots of big
leaves
words.
Yep, they learned that last
You
year.
did, goodness.
I was